want to be absolutely clear right here from the top, and that is the Supreme Court today did not rule that the DACA program is legal. Rather, the Supreme Court ruled that the Trump administration did not provide the proper legal justification for ending the program. Maybe not a total victory for the DACA recipients, but clearly a victory because they will be allowed to stay here, at least for now. Tears of joy.
I immediately started tearing up because this is amazing to me.
And of hope.
We cried on the phone because it was something shocking that we were not expecting.
The 5-4 decision, written by Chief Justice John Roberts and joined by the court's 4 liberal justices, said the Trump administration's decision to rescind the Obama-era program was arbitrary and capricious, and that it failed to consider the hardship to DACA recipients. 3 of the dissenting justices called the decision an effort to avoid a politically controversial but legally correct decision. Coming on the heels of Monday's victory for gay rights at the court, the president lashed out on Twitter, saying these horrible and politically charged decisions coming out of the Supreme Court are shotgun blasts into the face of people that are proud to call themselves Republicans or conservatives. President Trump announced in 2017 he was rescinding DACA, saying it was unlawful because President Obama exceeded his authority when he implemented it in 2012 by executive action. This comment by President Trump in 2018, not about DACA kids, but rather about immigrants who crossed the border illegally.
These aren't people. These are animals.
Drew the attention of Justice Sonia Sotomayor, who wrote in a separate opinion that remarks like these create the strong perception President Trump's decision about DACA was contaminated by impermissible, discriminatory animus. President Trump's Twitter post included a rallying cry for his re-election: "We need more justices, or we will lose our Second Amendment and everything else. Vote Trump 2020. His predecessor, Barack Obama, issued a rallying cry of his own, tweeting, "We have to move forward and elect Joe Biden and a Democratic Congress that does its job, protects dreamers, and finally creates a system that's truly worthy of this nation of immigrants once and for all." In a recent CBS News poll asking respondents if they favor allowing immigrants brought to the U.S. illegally as children to stay, 85% said yes, including 95% of Democrats, 73% of Republicans, and 84% of independents.
I cried tears of joy a few minutes ago when I heard the decision of the Supreme Court on DACA. These wonderful DACA kids and their families have a huge burden lifted off their shoulders. They don't have to worry about being deported. They can do their jobs, and I do believe this, someday soon, they will be American citizens.
Florida Republican Senator Marco Rubio took issue with the Supreme Court's ruling, calling it a political decision, not a legal one.
If there are policies that we need to do in this country, that's what we have a legislative branch for. You can agree that we need DACA and disagree with the fact that the Supreme Court is not the right place for these decisions to be made.
So what happens next? Well, the Trump administration could decide to go back to the drawing board and try to come up with the legal justifications the court is asking for, but it is not likely that can happen between now and November. So ultimately, it could be the voters who will decide what happens to these DACA kids after the election. Let's go back to you.
All right, thank you, Randy.